My name's Matt, and I'm going to talk to you today about metabolic typing. Now, metabolic typing is a concept that enables us to customize our diets and our nutrition to our bodies. It's based on the idea that none of us are the same, and so just like we're also different on the outside and how we act very differently, we're also very, very different on the inside. So, for example, we have very different varying sizes of organs. We have very different levels of hormones and enzymes, which can fluctuate up to several thousand% in variation. We also have different states of health and function within our organs, within our glands, within our cells of the body. And all of these things really make us all very different and unique at an internal level. So what we find that because of these differences, that no two people are the same, and therefore our nutritional requirements are also very different. So metabolic typing is really a nutritional science that really enables us to understand these differences and to customize our nutrition, our diets, to our metabolic makeup. Now, what our metabolic makeup is, what I mean by that, is simply our physiology and our biochemistry of the body, or another way of looking at what I'm referring to here is just really our cells, our organs, our glands, our systems of the body. This is basically what I'm referring to when I talk about metabolism or metabolic makeup. So the concept of metabolic typing isn't actually new, or certainly the idea of individualized nutrition isn't anything new. It's actually been around with us for tens of thousands of years. If we go back tens of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, and look at our ancestors, we will find that the type of ancestry or environment that our ancestors of, say, the UK, the US, Australia would have lived in, of a northern European heritage, would have lived in an environment that would be very much cooler temperatures, and for that reason plant and vegetation would not have been so abundant, and we would have survived on diets much higher in animal sources of food. And what we can say from that then is that our diets would have been much higher in fats and proteins, but in contrast to other populations that may have been around at the time that lived much nearer the equator, where the climates would have been much warmer, we would have found that the diets would have been much higher in plant and vegetation, and also for that reason much higher in carbohydrates. So that really demonstrates the huge variation that has always existed within the human race in terms of the food that we've eaten. And this isn't the only factor that's really going to influence what foods are right for us right now. Everything from our exposure to medical drugs, our diet and lifestyle and exercise choices up till this day are going to have a big factor. Our whole psychology all has a real big factor on our internal environment, and obviously therefore our nutrition or our nutritional requirements. So another way of looking at this as well is actually, if we look at all the different diets that are around today, we can see that there's everything from the Atkins diet, which is very high in fats and proteins, to other types of diets that are much lower in fat. Diets being very specific to weight loss. Obviously there's lots of other types of diets out there too, but what you'll find is that there'll be some people that experience success losing weight when they consume a high fat diet, and some people when they consume a low fat diet. So this is just another example of the huge diversity that exists. So again, tells us just how different we all are. If you can relate to what I've talked about so far and are interested in learning a bit more about it, I'm actually going to be holding a teleseminar fairly soon in which I'll cover much of this subject, a lot more about metabolic typing, what it is, the science behind it, how it can benefit you, and also really, how you can identify using this technology what foods are right for you. So I'll also look at lots of other factors which can have a big impact on the foods that are really right for you and going to bring you the greatest return in health and well-being. So if you are interested, then just check out the link to the left hand side of this video and you'll be able to sign up to the call. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the call.